Good evening, everybody. It looks as though I am unable to get the link from today's earlier training, and so I decided to go ahead and re-record it so that I can provide you with the information that you need. I was just looking at the comments in the Facebook group, and it looks as though a lot of people were unable to be on, or they saved the seats for their new recruits. And so people are interested in the information, and so I want to make sure that you get it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, sorry, I don't want to read those notes and focus directly on you. All right, so welcome to Instant Rewards. Welcome to our team. Hopefully this isn't the first welcome that you've received, but if it is, I definitely want to take the time out to welcome you. This training is really going to talk about what to do when you start, right? You've already gotten through the offers, you've already gotten registered, you've completed your registration, you've sent in your ID. That's very important. If you have not sent in your ID, I want you to pause this video, go ahead and take a picture of your driver's license, definitely if it shows the correct address, and send that in. You want to send that in to support at instantrewards.net. So support at instantrewards.net. Send that in so that they can have your address on file. It is used for tax purposes, so that when they send out your W-2s, they are sending it out to the correct address. Once you do that, you can prevent your account from going on hold, and you are free to market. Now, this particular recording does not allow me to show my screen, so you are going to need to follow along on your own screen. All right, so what I'd like you to do is minimize this window or make this square smaller, right? In the right-hand corner, you should have a box, like a little square box and an X. All right, so you want to click on that square box and you want to shrink your page, or actually grab it by the corner and make the page smaller. That way you can bring up a new tab or a new window, and you can go to the following sites. All right, so these are the sites that you're going to need to keep on hand. There is a training document to go along with that, and I will put that information in the description bar of how to get to the training link. Or the training document. And essentially what you're going to need to do is you're going to have 3 links that you are going to need to have. You're going to need to have your marketing link. And the way that you find your marketing link is if you are logged into Instant Rewards, you scroll down. So you're going to log into let's see. Okay. All right, so you're going to go to instantrewardsnetwork.com /admin/login.php. If you've received an email, if you're one of my direct referrals, you should have received an email with that information. If you don't, again, it's instantrewardsnetwork.com /admin/login.php. There's where you're going to log into your control panel. Here, if you have upgraded, then you're going to go directly to the directory page. If you have not uploaded, if you haven't upgraded, then you're going to see upgrade, and if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see the word skip. If you click on skip, you'll go directly to the directory page, and that's where you'll have your marketing link. You want to copy that. If you have a domain, you want to forward that domain or forward that link to the domain so that you'll be able to market your link a lot easier, because you're going to be marketing a link that you came up with, and it's going to be easier to remember instead of instantrewards.com / boom, 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 like that, right? You wouldn't have this really long link. And so that would be a part of your marketing. Once you have your link, that's the link that you're going to send people to when they are wanting more information, or they're responding to your ad, or a photo that you've submitted. The next link that I want you to take a look at is imnmarketer.com. So imnmarketer.com is the training site. It's going to provide you with everything that you need in order to be successful. Once you log in, of course, you take a look at all of the tabs there, but I want you to put your focus on Advertising 101. When you go to Advertising 101, you hover your mouse across it, you're going to see sample text ads and then sample image ads. The sample text ads are going to be the text that you can put in order and put your ad in. So the text ads, I use those on Craigslist. I use those on Facebook, all of my social networks. I do a little bit of mixing and matching. And so basically I may take the header of one particular ad and then the body of another and put them together along with an image, and that's my ad. So depending on where you are marketing to, you definitely want to place that information on the internet. When you go to Advertising 101, you're going to see top 3 classified ad sites. When you click on that link, it's going to give you a long list of places that you can actually post for free on the internet. If you also, I'll give you another place, Google, let's see, online if you Google online advertising spots or online advertising places, you're going to go to Spot Exchange. That's one. It's an advertising platform that you can post. You can go to, let's see. Well, just Google it. I won't take the time to kind of point them out, but Google online advertising places, and it will give you a long list of places where you can advertise your link. Remember, consistency is the key. So if you are not marketing every day, you can't expect to get paid every day, right? So I market every day, and I usually get leads every day. All right, so now that you have your link and you have the sites where you go to get trained, and also where you go to change your background, to get your marketing link, to check the status of your sites, of course, but then also you can check the status of your direct referrals. Here is where you can see where they are in the process. You can also see where they are, how much money or how much money is due you. This is also where you go and order your money. And when we say order money, is actually where you get paid. So you click on the link and go to order, and then it's going to send it to your PayPal. You can also have your pay sent directly to your bank, but it will take a couple of days for the transfer to process. Similar as if PayPal were to add money directly to your bank, right? So it usually takes 2 days. If you don't want to wait that long, definitely put in your PayPal email address, and they will send your money. It's usually every day. Sometimes it's a couple of times a day, dependent on when you submit your order. I usually submit my order in the mornings and at night before I go to bed. And that usually gives me a turnaround of when I do it at night, I'll wake up to the money in my PayPal account in the morning. And then when I process, if I have anything to process overnight, then I will, order it, and then it will be in my account in the afternoon. So it's a pretty good schedule for me, especially when your goal is 2 a day. And if you've upgraded, and you're earning upwards or more than $140 per lead, then that times 2 a day is 280. And that's a really good number to work with when you're doing this, right? Another question that I had was goal setting. Can you show me how to goal set? Well, I always set my goals with the end in mind, right? So I know how much money I want to bring home on a weekly basis. It's usually, my goal is $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week essentially is going to be, 5 people set up in the business. It could be, or not necessarily, how can I say this? 5 people to upgrade, right? So basically what I do is, actually, that's not right. Let me look at my little thing up here. Okay, so 10 a week, 2 a day. So 5 people a day, or 5 days, and I have 2 people in a day. So basically, when I put people through the starter site, so if I put 2 people in the starter site, let's say it's on Monday, then, and they make the decision to upgrade on Monday, then I have an incentive in place that is time sensitive, and the time expiration is by 2 days later, which would be Wednesday. So I know that if they start the process on Monday and they're on track, then on Wednesday they will have upgraded, and you'll earn your $140 per person, or $120 because you've earned the 20 on the first day. So I always group them together. And then you do the same thing for Tuesday. Tuesday is going to pay out on Thursday. Wednesday is going to pay out on Friday. Thursday is going to pay out on Saturday, and Friday is going to pay out on Sunday. So that's kind of how I do it, right? And so that means I get paid every day if you keep it going. I normally don't work on the weekends. If anything, I'll get them, get questions answered and get them in the system. But usually on Mondays, I'll usually have more than 2, just because they're overflow from the weekend. So that's kind of how I work it. Even if you only get 1 a day, that's still $500 a week, and that's pretty good too. That's kind of more than some people bring home on their regular 40-hour-a-day job. So when you keep that in mind, and that's your goal, then you definitely want to work backwards from that. I have some individuals who their goal is $500 a month, but they're only on the starter level. Then all you have to do is divide 500 divided by 20, and it'll give you a number, and then you divide that by week, and that's how many you need to bring home on a week or a daily basis. So that's kind of how goal setting is set up. I've been in sales for a long time, and we worked by setting and achieving goals. Definitely you would have a goal that is really high, and then you would have a minimum goal. So my minimum goal is at least $500 a week, but my goal is around $1,000, and I usually bring in right in that middle number. What other questions did I have earlier today? Let's see. I had someone ask, how often do I place the ads? Consistency is the key, right? So it is important that if you decide that you're going to do this, you need to really set down a schedule. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Probably around 3 or 4 hours a day. I have a to-do list, and I'm looking here at my dry erase board, and it gives me what I'm supposed to do every day. And so I do those during the daytime, just as if it was a job. So I have an SOP that I have that I actually give to my direct referrals, and it's just a suggestion because it's what works for me. You can tweak that to what works for you. But basically I have, for the first hour, I'm posting on my social media sites. I do incorporate offline marketing. And so, 3 days a week I'm going and putting out flyers. And then I also am connected or very involved in my community. So 2 of those days out of the week I am networking and things of that nature, having different meetings. And then I post in online groups. Now I don't just blanket post in these groups. I do connect with the individuals that are in the group first. That way when I connect with them and I post in the group, then they will recognize that I've posted, because you always get a little notification that so-and-so has posted in the group, right? So I connect with the individuals first. So now when I post in the group, they'll be more likely to read what I've posted, as opposed to just knowing that someone just kind of posted in the group. Okay. And then I'm very active on LinkedIn. I do a lot of Twitter advertising. So, a lot of my ad posting is on social networks. I do use Craigslist. I did try Backpage, but I didn't really have too much luck with that. So those are the kind of places that I post. As far as how often do I post, I usually syndicate my ads or schedule them out. So I spend about, like I said, about an hour or so in front of the computer, but they are posting throughout the day. And the biggest thing is when you get the leads that come through, because I've seen a lot of people, they'll get the leads, they'll get to the lead capture page, but they don't move forward. Well, what I have found is that sometimes people don't want to put their information on the lead capture page. They are sometimes looking for an individual to talk to. So when they put their information in, I reach out to them at that point. If they put in their email address, then I'll email them. If they put in their phone number, then I definitely call. And a lot of them are surprised that I am actually on the phone. But yeah, I call and ask them if they have any questions. A lot of times, or most of the time, I check to see what problem that they're having. I look for a problem that they may be having so that I can provide the correct solution. And that's what, gives them the confidence to be able to work with me. It's not that I put, a lot of posts with money and proof pics. I do have them, but I don't necessarily put on that. I look for a problem that I can solve, and when I can be the solution for that problem, when I can show them different ways, especially let's say they may have another business, but they don't have the capital to keep that business moving, then I show them how they can leverage instant rewards and be able to add consistent income into that business so that it can continue to run. A lot of people have dreams and passions that they want to, fulfill. They just don't have the money in order to do it. So what I do is I sit down with them and I give them a plan of action that they can take to grow that income. Some people, there's no limit to what you can use instant rewards with, but I guess the thing that sets me apart from a lot of other individuals that are doing instant rewards is not only have we had success with it, it's just I like to partner with you, and I like to make sure, it is my mission to make sure that you make money, so that you can reach your goals. I know what your goals are. I keep up with that information so that I can help you be accountable for those goals. Now, I don't remember everyone. I don't remember all of what they do. But as soon as we start talking, then that information is just kind of drums up in my mind, and I can remember, okay, this person actually wanted to start a daycare. Okay, how can I help them, or how can we rev this up instead of her signing up 1 to 2 people a week, that she can sign up 10. Let's do this. Of course, this business is done on the internet, but in different platforms like this, I'm able to speak to people in larger groups, and you can as well. And remember, you're not selling anything, right? You're giving them an opportunity to earn income by leveraging the internet, and they don't have to pay any money up front, no monthly fees or anything like that. So I don't want to talk your head off on this video. I think those were all of the questions that we had. And we actually had some more questions. We talked about Twitter marketing. But definitely, if you have any questions, put them in the Facebook group. The key to, once you get started, is to get your link and go with it, right? We're going to provide you with everything you need. You have all the tools if you have a computer and you have the internet. You have everything that you need. All you have to do is start to copy and paste the ad and post your link so that people can get to the information. Another thing to keep in mind is you want to market to individuals who want to hear from you, right? You don't want to post in groups or on places where they're not interested in the information, right? And I chose Instant Rewards to be able to market for them because it is a way to earn additional income or add additional income to your household. So when I market, I'm going to market to that group of people who are looking for that. And then when I provide an incentive on top of this awesome opportunity, then it's very hard to say no because I eliminate the fear, right? So if you want to know more about incentive marketing, then definitely stick to us. We will show you exactly how to use it to your advantage and also to the advantage of your referral. So with that being said, this video has been about 20 minutes. And remember, it only takes about 20 minutes to get the startup going. So 20 minutes of training and you can start earning $20 referrals. Hope you had a wonderful day today, and thanks for watching.